So I just finished a really fun interview with David Weber, and I've been trying to actually connect up with you for a couple of years, unbeknownst to you, no doubt, but anyway, so I'm very happy that we did this. And one of the things that to me really struck most on this is just your evolution from being young guard to old guard, and but you're also
from newcomer to old fart. Let's go. See, that's old guard, old fart. It kinda, yeah.
But paving the way for the next generation, for the new kids to be able to make it. So, talk to me a little bit about that.
Good. Well, okay. Look, it's kind of like policies towards forest fire control. Okay, it's like, no, we won't let any fires happen, kind of thing. And then we discover that as part of the natural life cycle of the forest, we have to let them happen.
Right.
All right. Well, the same thing is true, I think, in terms of the field of science fiction or any other form of literature. There has to be a turnover, whether we want there to be one or not. Okay, and the undergrowth has to be cleared away so that something else can grow there. And you kind of get in the situation of where, like in a tropical rainforest, okay, the canopy there is no understory because there's no sunlight for it to grow. The old guard has to move aside to let the sun through, okay? And it's also true that we peak, okay? There's a time at which we are no longer telling our best stories, doing our best work. And sometimes you get a dying fall from an author. And I don't really want that to happen to me. I want to, on the day that I realize that I can't do my best work anymore, I want to hand it over to someone else who can. Not just my stuff, but the field in general.
Right.
Okay?
And you're putting a feature there also just for the genre.
Yeah, well, for the genre.
What you're doing right now, like what you just talked about here, all these different tips and advice that you've given, hard-won advice. We got an hour's worth of David Weber on hard-won advice, which can't help but help the aspiring writer, somebody who wants to be able to make the next step.
Well, I would hope so. It's always a little hard when you're doing one of these to differentiate in your own brain whether I'm blowing ego out my ears or saying something that's going to be useful. Okay.
Well, that's my job to differentiate, and I can guarantee it's.
Well, I had a friend of many years, and he came down to visit, and we're sitting in the driveway, and getting ready to go somewhere. I can't remember where. And he said, I'm not the kind of guy who knows best-selling authors, And I said, well, what can I say? And he said, but I can honestly say that in the 30 years I've known you, you haven't changed at all despite your success. I said, really? He said, yeah. He said, you always did have an ego on you. You need friends like that.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
Well, thank you very much for this interview, and I know this is going to be another one of those. This will raise my podcast to a whole new level.
Oh,
so
yeah, right.
Thank you very much, David.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome.